Happy Saturday, everyone. Hope you're all doing great. Welcome to another Macmaron stream. Let's see who is online today. I'm seeing an Alan, MJ Game 6, Syndikill, Technical Code, Vincent, and Dr. Killswitch, and a Homie Zone. Thanks, guys. Thanks for joining in. As you guys can see from the title, we're doing a Tofu 96 build. It's probably my first Tofu 96 build ever. Like, I've built 96 keys before, but this one is the first Tofu one. Let's see. Syndikill says, whoa, Tofu 96 is a thing. Yes, it is. And just to further prove it to you, boom. You can buy this on KBDFans for 199 bucks. Switches not included, of course. So yeah, this is a typical tray mount kit. It's not tap mount or like anything like that. Comes with several different colors as well. I believe this is all in QMK, all that good stuff. Say USB-C on the top left. There we go, all for 199 bucks. You can see the layout right there, all that good stuff. Alright, so while I was building my interest check video, I stumbled upon a new playlist that I wanted to try out. So let me know what you guys think about this one. This one's titled, or at least on Epidemic Sound, it's titled Gentle Guitar. So let's see how this one works out. There we go, there we go. Let's start out with that and make it nice and relaxing today. And while we're doing nice and relaxing, I am drinking something new today. Found this at Costco, actually. From Locust Cider. Locust Cider is a local cidery here in Seattle, Washington. And their seasonal blend is a peach ginger hard cider. So I'm going to try it out. Wife and I just picked it up. And the funny thing is, she's like, oh, let me know if it's good so I can try it. So once I pour this out and I like it, I'll probably go over to the living room and be like, yep, it's good, have some. Vincent executing the keyboard command. Yep, this is my travel board in front of me, and you know, because of our recent climate, it's not like we can travel very much these days. There we go. There we go, let's see. How is this? Oh, I can smell that peach. Kind of just tastes like ginger beer. Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna just tell my wife real quick that it's good. BRB. It's good. It tastes like ginger beer. Yeah, sure. Hold on. Alright, let's see. She wants to try it out. Here you go. Beware of the cat. Oh, she's coming. She's coming. It's really good. It's good? You like it? Alright. Oh, look at her.
Come on. Say hi. Say hi.
Oh, the cat wants to say hi. Here you go. Hello, little cat. Alright, here, you can have her back before she runs around too much. Alright. Let's see. True Sparky the Kid says, I'm actually on when you went live. Oh, yeah. Oh.
She's back.
She's back. She's escaping. Don't get into the wires, cat. Alright, yeah. So welcome everyone to my... Is this my first build stream of the year? Yes, it's my first build stream of the year. Awesome, awesome. Alright. Alright, let's go pull this out. This is a customer build. Customer build is using creams from KBDFans. Let's see what else. We'll be topping this off with, I forget what profile these are called. These are, I think these are NP if I'm not mistaken. They are, no, they're called, no, you're right. Or I'm right. This is NP. This is NP profile. Basically, it's all uniform and high profile. Tom says, first time being live on Twitch. How are you going? I am going, or I guess I'm doing good. Let's see what else is here. We got the actual keyboard kit. Here we go. Let's make a little bit more room. Let's take out my keyboard. Hopefully I won't have to type anything soon. There we go. This is the actual keyboard kit right there. Comes with PCB and brass plate. We got a brass plate right there. I won't pull it out just quite yet. And here's the PCB. Look at that. Fairly large. Got a reset button right there. USB-C over there. Multiple layouts supported. Check out all that Swiss cheese on the bottom. Not bad. We will have to test this out first. Let's see. There's DZ. Oh, it's a DZ96. Interesting. That's what the PCB is called. Microcontroller is an Atmega 32U4. So now the question is it supported on VIA? We'll try. And here we go. This is what the customer sent me. Nice black case. All tray mount. Basically a 96 key Tofu. That's what it is. A 96 key Tofu. There we go. So we'll start off with the PCB just to test it out and everything. See, Dr. Killswitch says, Merlin, I built my first solder keyboard, Savage 65. Congratulations. What did you think? How was your first attempt at soldering? Marksy says, hello, wizard. Definite Optimist says, did you win your wizard hat from a wizard duel? Yes, I did. I battled 1,000 wizards and beat them all in a span of 30 seconds. Alan says, are you gonna watch the Seahawks game today? Maybe. Maybe not. We'll see. We'll see what we do. Yeah, here we go. That's the PCB right there. I am just going to test really quick if it's supported in VIA. Or if it's been pre-flashed with VIA, because if not, then it makes the testing a little bit more difficult. Rotimi says, subscribed with Twitch Prime, actually. Thank you. Currently on a 5-month streak. Woo! Definite Optimist says, so proud, so fierce. What were the other Wizards keyboards like? Actually, I don't know. I'm the only one in the community that people actively refer to as the Wizard. But there are indeed many other Wizards. So, I don't know. We'll see. Okay. You know what? In order to activate VIA, I actually need my keyboard plugged in. So let's do that. Okay, VIA. So this is the first thing you should do whenever you're building a keyboard, especially a soldered board, just to make sure that what you got fully works. Nothing sucks the most than after like building it, soldering and everything, putting it all in its case, and then finding out that the PCB is actually broken. It's like the worst feeling. So right now it's detecting my current board, so hopefully it will detect this new one. Please work. Oh wait, you know what? Of course the board won't work, because I didn't plug the other end of the USB in. There we go. And the computer detects it, but nothing's happening. Here, let's plug in. Okay, this board is not VIA enabled. Okay. Dr. Killswitch says, nervous at first, but more comfortable towards the end. Yeah, you know, it takes practice. It takes practice. Let's see, at this point, I am just going to verify whether or not there is actually a DZ96. There is no DZ96 in the DZ Tech directory. That's unfortunate. Maybe KBDFans. Okay, this board is not listed anywhere. It's not listed in the KBDFans directory, nor is it listed in the DZ Tech directory. So hopefully it works. Hopefully it works. If not, I will probably be porting this into QMK and into VIA this coming Tuesday, since I'm not seeing it anywhere. Here, let's do a quick check of any mention of a DZ96. Nope, there is no mention in QMK or in QMK firmware of anything called a DZ96. So who knows? True Sparky says, according to KBDFans website, it's QMK. Yes, it might definitely be QMK, but it might not have been contributed to QMK or to VIA quite yet. So there's no way to access it unless you go to KBDFans directly. All right. Okay. The very least, we can do a key tester, make sure things are working as intended. Hopefully. Let's see. Let me grab my handy little tweezer here. January says, a little goes a long way. No need to overlube. What switches? Customer is going to be using creams for this. Okay, let's start out the escape key. At the very least, it should be flashed with something, right? There we go. It seems to be working. What do you guys think of the playlist so far? This is titled Gentle Guitar from Epidemic Sound. Minim Kim says you can just use a Spectro. Oh, really? Okay. Good to know. You know what? Why don't we just do that? Why don't we just do that? A Spectro. Let's do... That's kind of confusing though. See, does a Spectro have a VIA key map? No, it does not. Okay, so that doesn't exactly help us either. But I've got something to do on Tuesday then. Got something to do on Tuesday. I can put this all into VIA. Oh, no problem there. Oh, another thing about this customer build, this is probably the first build that I'm doing where the customer specifically requested stepped caps lock. So yeah, the first stepped caps lock build you'll see on my stream. Everyone usually just asks for regular caps lock. So I like had to do a double take. I was like, oh wait, stepped caps lock? You sure? They're like, yep, stepped caps lock. I'm like, alright. I personally never use caps lock for actual caps lock. I turn caps lock into a control key. So having it like the regular size makes it easier to press and hold down. Alright. Looks like for the most part, at least the keys that seem to be programmed well. I think this might be programmed to be 3 on 3. That's why the menu button's not working. Seems to be the case. Man, I wish that this already had VIA on it. 159, subscribe to tier 1. Subscribe for 24 months. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The technical code says, hey man, do you like Telios? I just got the Telios and I love them so much lubed. I'm lubing them as I'm watching your stream. I like Telios. In fact, I've got Telios on both my NK65s. You know, they're not the smoothest anymore, but they are still really smooth. Dibstern says, do you get many people asking for split spacebar? Not really, actually. Most people prefer the regular 6.25 or 7U space. Killerax says, what is the Tofu 96? The Tofu 96 is a 96 key tray mount board. You may be familiar with their Tofu 60 or Tofu 65. Basically, it's the same concept, same kind of deal, except larger. Alright. There we go. Looks to be it. You know what? You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to do something really quick. I can hack together a quick VIA key map of the Espectro, just so I can make things a tad bit easier for me. VIA enable equals yes. Alright. Okay. Actually, no, wait. That's not going to be as fast as I think. Never mind. I'll just do that on Tuesday. Oh well. Oh well. Okay. With that said, let's get to building. I did take some shortcuts with this build simply because it's a much larger one. So before the stream, I actually pre-lubed all of the PCB mount stabs that the customer sent me. Technical code says, I have stepped caps lock on all my keys. Killerax says, are you going to build the EOBOP? I don't know what that is. Oh, Boop 65. I don't think so. I don't think I got one. I didn't buy one either. I think I'll be buying less keyboards this year, but you know how that goes. I'm gonna buy less key sets. I'm gonna buy less keyboards. 3 weeks later, I think I'm gonna buy that. Okay, let's go put these stabilizers on. Don Bro says, hi Merlin. Hello to you too. Yeah, not too many people send me PCB mount stabs anymore, but they still work. They still work. I'd say it's a bigger problem for the wire to pop out than for the stab itself to pop out. How often do I find myself using a macro pad? Not very often, to be honest. January says, I'm getting out the Keep game, still keeps buying more. Or the famous saying, I'll get out once I reach endgame. If Telios aren't the smoothest, what is the smoothest linear in your opinion? The smoothest batch of linears are currently being made by JWK. If you're looking for something stock, it's very hard to beat JWK. And out of the whole JWK bunch, I think the smoothest will be their tangerines because of the UHMWP housing, along with the OA switches, which you can actually buy on Canon Keys. Let me see if I can get you a link right here. Ah, there we go. There we go. Click on those OA. I actually prefer the OA switch over the tangerine switch. When am I going to have a fire sale again? Well, okay, I just haven't had time recently. Just cause like as soon as I got back to work this week, had a bunch of fires to just put out, so it's been really busy, and plus I just got a cat, so I haven't had time to sort through all of my boards quite yet. Let's see. Justin, the dude says, why do you prefer the OA? Simply because I think the UHMWPE plastic sounds terrible. I think it sounds very brittle when you type on it. That's why I don't like tangerines. So with the OA switches, they still have a polycarbonate top, which is the same as most JWK switches. And that should make it sound better. Unfortunately, I still don't think JWK switches sound all that great. So my preferred JWK switch is actually this one right here. Let me grab a link. Also sold on Canon Keys, one of my many sponsors. One of my many sponsors right here. This is the lavender switch right there. That one is made of entirely nylon top and nylon bottom, giving it a little bit more thok and a deeper sound. It's definitely not going to be as smooth, but since I'm a very decent luber, smoothness doesn't really bother me these days. Alright, putting in all of these stabs. Let's see. What? Let me review the customer's layout. Alright, they just wanted a regular space, or not a regular space, a 1.75U space, and a 6.25U spacebar. We can do that. Not a problem. Static Age subscribed at tier 1 and Donbro redeemed Hydrate. Thank you. Looks like Static Age is on a 8-month streak. Thank you. Thank you for your 8 months of support, of continued support. Oh man, sometimes snapping in these clip-ons can get a little complicated. Just Gaming says, I just bought some lube, a paintbrush, switch opener, and foam. What do you think I'm going to do? You are going to build an amazing keyboard. That's what you're going to be doing. Hopefully I'm correct. Let's see. What else did the customer want? Customer wanted a... looks like 2U. 2U on both these guys. Okay. No problem. We can do that as well. Yeah, for those of you guys just tuning in, I pre-lubed all of these. I pre-lubed and pre-clipped. That's why I'm just quite literally plugging them into the board. Let's see, Alan ordered some 50G springs for my black inks. Will it affect the sound? Also, is it too light? Yes, it will affect the sound. Is it too light? Only you can answer that. For me, 50G is way too light. My ideal weights are between 63 and 70. Though I actually more like 63 and about 74. Any spring weights, any linear spring weight between those, I can be quite happy with. Kirsten, 1,000 bits, dude. Thank you so much for your support. Just Gaming says I have a Wooting one right now, but I'm gonna make it godlike. Nice. All right, I think I've got all the stabs in. Let's say. Just to verify once again, customer wants... Doot. Yep, that looks good. Looking good. Alright. Alright, so Just Gaming says, I have a twing right now. Do I need to lube my springs for that? Remind me really quick, is the Wooting one a Cherry MX board or is it an optical board? I seem to remember it being an optical board. Since I had one of the very first units. There we go, this guy goes right there. Okay. So, for those of you who have never built with creams before, creams and a brass plate are not fun to build because creams are slightly bigger than your typical MX switch already. So when you put them in a stiff plate like brass, it becomes really hard to just push in. Just Gaming says optical. Okay, I do not have much experience with optical, but I have a concern that maybe the lube will interfere with the optical nature, with the optical sensor, so I might not be the best person to ask about lubing opticals. If anyone in the audience is more knowledgeable than me about opticals, please help Just Gaming out here. Alright, let's see. I think these packs come in packs of... How many are these? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yep, packs of 10. Okay, the way I like to do this, usually two ways. Sometimes I take all of the switches first and I plug them into the Keeb, but just because this is a longer board, I'm gonna start by doing it down the middle. See, how often do group buys for 200G Taihao green switches pop up? I honestly would not be able to tell you. It's not something I pay attention to. We'll start at least with putting switches down the middle here. Not lubing the creams? I have not been asked to. So here it is. And technical code, if you just saw me open the bag, if I were to lube these creams, I'd be here for another 3 hours just doing switches alone. But yeah, customer did not ask for any lubing. All right. All right. You've never seen creams packed in 10s. I've never seen switches packed in 10s in something like this either. I think this is a KBDFans exclusive. All right. All right, that seems to be well situated in. This is actually really good. This peach ginger, I'm quite surprised. I will have to drink this slower so I can make it last the entire stream. In case you guys weren't here for the beginning, this is a local cidery here in Seattle, Washington. They're called Locust Cider. In fact, I've been to their, I guess it's not their headquarters, it's just one of their bars, and they had so many. They've actually, okay, so the one that I went to was here in Woodinville, Washington. So when you go into their bar, each of their booths has like a Raspberry Pi on it that you can play old school games on. You can play like old Nintendo games and all that. If you're ever in Washington, look up Locust Cider Woodinville. All right, let's see. How should we do this? Let's solder in these middle ones first. Solder in the middle ones. Let me grab some solder. True Sparky says, I've seen that video where KBDFans forgot the screws. Definitely made sure all screws were there before shipping it. Nice. Just Gamer says, why soldering and no hot swap? The Tofu 96 is not a hot swap board, so the only way to get it to work is to solder it. You know, sometimes, like, you know, it would be easier for a lot of newcomers if, you know, if all boards were hot swap, but it's just not the case these days. Hot swap has its fair share of issues itself, so, you know, it's not for everyone. Is there a feeling difference? I don't think it's necessarily with the hot swap PCB, but rather it's a feeling difference with the boards that have it. For example, if you're familiar with KBDFans, KBDFans has a KBD67 Mark II. So the soldered version, it's just, you know, PCB and plate, and the plate and PCB are connected via switch. On the hot swap version, you actually screw the PCB into the plate. Those additional screws to secure the plate on result in a stiffer typing experience that not too many people are fond of, myself included. So it's one reason why I dislike my KBD 67. Don Bro says, you can do it on the hot swap too. No need to screw. I disagree with that, actually. I disagree with that. Simply because KL sockets are so finicky that if you don't have that additional support, you have the potential to screw up your KL hot swap. In fact, I'm actually looking at getting a separate plate for it. Yeah, Jinro, who is he's very active on the KBDFans Discord. He sells a bunch of KBD67 plates, and one of them is made out of PLA. So I'm gonna try buying that and see if that improves the typing feel. It's like 25 bucks, and he ships from California. So I'm like, okay. Give it one last shot, and if I still don't like it, I'm selling the board. Selling the board. There we go. Okay. I think I've got an anchor point right there. We're good. All right. Let's actually grab my soldering pad. Would you say FR4 is the deepest sounding plate? Based on what I know about it, yeah. Like, I have not had an FR4 plated build yet, other than like the sandwich kits. So I can't say for sure. But based on what I've read about it and its mechanical properties, it sounds like it would be the deepest sounding plate. Man, yep. That's tight. All right. So far, so good. Let's put another batch on. It's like fortune cookie wrappings. Do. All right, looking good. That's such like a satisfying sound when you're clipping all these switches in. Got that nice clack. There we go. You know it's going. You know that it's going in. The problem with this though is if one of these switches is jank, it's gonna be hard just to take it out. Yeah, gotta not drink that as fast. Alright, let's solder in a few more, and then I think we can actually start populating the rest of them without any issues. Let's see, since we do have the customer on stream. Customer, would you like to reveal yourself? I'd like to ask you a question. January says, what's the alcohol content? Probably 4%. Let's see. 6%. There we go. Is it okay if you get solder on the USB port? It is absolutely not okay. If you do that, you gotta try your best to clean it off as much as possible. You're gonna put a carbon fiber wrap on your top plate. Okay. Make sure you're careful with that, just because switches might not clip in if you make it way too thick. So just be careful when you do that. Decode says, hi Merlin in chat, hello to you too. Wait, is my playlist done already? Is that a short playlist? That was a really short playlist. What, that was less than 45 minutes? Here, let's try it again, since I liked it. I liked the gentle guitar. Let's try it again. How do you avoid touching the solder on the USB-C port? The pin is so close. You just try your best not to. John Colco says, do you play video games? Not very often these days. I think the last game I played was Smash Brothers on the Nintendo Switch, and these days I don't even play that anymore. True Sparky says, hot swap boards are fragile. I agree. For what they're intended for, like being able to try out different switches, I'd be surprised if anyone who's actually trying different switches on a regular basis has made their board last a year. Looks like it's time to trade that switch for a keyboard. I already have plenty of keyboards. Plus, the Nintendo Switch is the best gaming Switch. Alright, gotta grab another canister since I just used up this one. There we go. .4mm thick wrap. I think most plates on their own are 1.4mm thick, so that's probably way too thick. I would advise against it. In fact, I don't think the Wooting board is even... like, I don't think they use thick plates anyway, so you might mess up with some tolerances there. Alright. I think we've got all the anchor switches in place. See, why would you want to wrap the plate? Because it's cool. Looks nice. I know quite a few people have tried it. Did I get the taco keyboard they had at Group Buy for a while ago? No, I did not. I did not pick up a taco keyboard. You don't even see the plate after the keycaps. Yes, you do, actually. You do. There is enough clearance between switches that you can see a hint of the plate. Redeemed hydrate, thank you. Why don't carbon fiber keycaps exist? Cost, I believe. And what colors can you do for carbon fiber? And what kind of legends can you do for carbon fiber? Also, I don't think carbon fiber keycaps would look good, you know? Just nice black keys? I don't think carbon fiber would feel good either. Alright. Alright, looks like the plate is holding everything flush with the PCB. This makes my job a whole lot easier. So I don't actually have to do it one by one anymore. Like, I don't have to solder the legs in one by one anymore. This is perfect. Imagine aluminum switches. Aluminum switches already exist. Oh, you mean switches, not keycaps. I was thinking keycaps. Now, this is actually turning out to be a relatively quick build. I think that's what happens when it's tray mount. Inquisitive Mind said, Merlin, wanted to thank you for the VODs. I've been catching up on QMK and VIA. Really helpful and appreciated. Thank you. Glad you find that useful. We have a bunch of other boards that still need to go into VIA. So if you want to use my videos to learn how to do the process, that would be very much appreciated. You're glad that you sent it to me because I'll be ported into VIA? Nice. Yeah, I'll be into VIA, and I don't know, I feel like apparently it's under a Spectro, which doesn't make sense. So I might do some finagling and move it to the DZ Tech directory. Because I think even the original Spectro board was made by DZ Tech. So it should be in the DZ Tech directory. Yeah, I'll be doing the VIA stuff on Tuesday, actually. Tuesdays are my VIA and QMK days. Let's see. Sunday is my group buy stream day. Tuesdays are the VIA QMK days. Thursdays are the build stream prep, if I feel like I need to prep a lot or I just need stuff to do. And Saturdays are my build days. Friday, though, is usually when my interest check stuff comes out. I try to have some YouTube content. YouTube content that's not just a Twitch VOD, you know? There we go. Alright. This is going to be stepped caps lock. IC video. Well, okay. So the IC video is basically just me commenting on stuff that I've read about. So it's not like I read about keyboards every week. Well, I do, but you know, there are some weeks which I don't even read up about any keyboard stuff. And those are the weeks that there is no interest check video. You know? Though I do have a new segment coming out at the end of the month. You guys won't know what it is until you watch it. Do tell. Nope. Nope, you won't know. You won't know what it is. But the hope is to do a monthly segment of sorts. Give a hint. Alright. It'll be about keyboards. Whew, man. So my wife and I have been watching this new series on Netflix. We stayed up way too late last night watching it. It's called Startup. It's basically about startups. It's about a tech startup. And yes, it's a K-drama. And it's funny because like one of the opening scenes, they're like, so I guess not to spoil the show for anyone, but it's kind of like they're trying to acquire funding for their startup, right? So one of the things they do is, oh, we need to cut back on our equipment. Like, and the saddest moment of the show that I saw was like, all right, we can't use mechanical keyboards anymore. Back to membrane. So I was like, no, so sad. Inquisitive Minds, redeemed hydrate, thank you. Let's see, Power Arch says, is it Korean Silicon Valley? Kind of, I guess. Except it's more like a, its focus is more on the relationship than the startup. Like, yeah, like they do incorporate all of the struggles and the stuff that you have to consider when doing a startup, then yeah. But it's primarily focused on the relationship between people, romantic and otherwise. So if you guys are looking for a cool show to check out on Netflix and like Korean drama, there it is. See, Just Gaming says, my next keyboard will be a gaming one. Nice. Well, if you're here in the United States, you need a friendly builder, be sure to hit me up. In fact, I think I've got a build service command on chat. Here. For those of you interested to getting Mech Merlin, yours truly to build you a keyboard, check it out. Check out that link. Unfortunately, I am booked out till the end of February, so if you're looking for something built ASAP, I am unfortunately not your guy. See, he's in the Netherlands. Alright, okay. Yeah, I don't think I've ever accepted a international bill just because shipping costs more than my actual service. Like, I guess if this was really like truly boutique, you know, like I'm actually handcrafting the PCB for you, then that would be more of a thing you would want me to do. But soldering, like, you know, soldering, anyone can do soldering, you know. It's not like what I'm doing here is something only I can do, you know. But I do have to say, every keyboard I build for a customer has been buffed with magical properties, and only I can do that. Drasha says, how do you get Mech Merlin to review PRs? Dude, I get tired of reviewing like my actual job's PR, so I'm like, oh, getting too busy. I've reviewed some PRs in the last year. You don't charge much? Yeah, I don't. Though next quarter will be, I guess, the 1-year anniversary of my build services. So I will be raising my prices then. If you're hearing I need a new job, no, I don't. I'm actually hoping to be promoted again. But we'll see. We'll see come... I might know next week, actually. We'll see. But, you know, what that means, though, is I'll have less time. So, we'll see. We'll see what happens. You'll be building your own? Yeah, building keyboards is actually fun. This is why I build keyboards, right? You know, I don't... Like, you guys commented that my prices aren't that much. Like, I'm obviously not doing this for money. This is just something I like to do, you know? But the money that I do charge helps me get parts whenever I need them. And also contributes to everything you see here. Like, this past year alone, pretty much... Me being able to afford that camera and that camera were all the results of your guys' tips and subscriptions. So thank you very much. Unfortunately, the one thing that I really want to upgrade that I have no power over, well, I guess I would need a substantial amount of money to do it, is the internet, you know? Like right now I'm on Comcast and it's been flaky. Like I'm paying for 1,000 down and 60 up, but based on my test I'm only ever getting 500 down and like 15 up. You know, so it's still good, just not what I was expecting for streaming, you know? Like if I could, I would get fiber. It's Comcastic. Yeah, I know, right? They're not the best, but it's what I'm stuck with, so I gotta make use. Gotta make the best out of it. I think if I lived like in downtown Seattle like I used to, I'd be able to do fiber, but not anymore. So it's not the best because the US has an oligarchy of ISIPs. Man, I have not seen that word used in a while. An oligarchy. I like that word. Yeah, it's not very good. It's funny because my buddy who lives like just 3 blocks down from me has access to fiber. They're like, ah! But yeah, I would greatly love fiber. But it works out for me, I'd say. I stream at 24 FPS. So my data rate only has to be around like 4,000 for this to look like this, you know? So far so good. But if I ever want to stream in like 30 FPS or 60 FPS or stream 4K, I'm going to be in a lot of trouble here. How much would you say is the minimum to spend on a custom keyboard? For a bad custom keyboard, I'd say you could get by with just 100. For a middle grade custom keyboard, probably around 200-ish. Keep in mind, none of these prices include taxes, shipping, or customs fees. Of course though, these days we are getting some nice kits from Novelkeys and TKC. You know, such as the NK65 Entry Edition for about, I think that was like 80 bucks or something? 80 bucks for something for like a B stock unit. And then there's also the Portico, which was like 119 bucks. So yeah, you know, prices are getting better. You know, I think our vendors are trying their best. But until our vendors can compete with the likes of Logitech or Corsair, don't expect to be able to get a really good board for 100 bucks, you know? Alright. 2 rows fully soldered, hooray! Let's get on to this 3rd row. See, what time is it? 2:49, been streaming for a little over an hour. Yeah, this is gonna be much faster than my BDE build from last week. If you guys remember my BDE, it was courtesy of Mech Wild. That board just took forever. So I had to bend diodes and I had to use flux, and overall I was just really careful. So Thankfully, this time around, this is more straightforward. Don't have to bend diodes, don't need to solder diodes, so should be relatively quick. This game says, do you think I'm able to put a Wu-Ting PCB into another case? Definitely not. Without lots of modifications. I'd say just to get a kit. You know, save yourself the pain and suffering. Like, unless, of course, that's something that you enjoy doing, then by all means. But if you're new to soldering, you're new to custom keyboards in general, the best thing you can do is save up and get a quality kit. If you try and take shortcuts, it'll just come back and bite you. And believe me, this is coming from someone who has been bitten many times in the past. Alright. So far, so good. True Sparky, this is turning out to be a relatively simple build, which is good. No complications. Always a good thing. Out of curiosity, why 96 key? Why 96 key as opposed to something like a TKL or maybe a 75%, 60%, or even a 65%? I'm curious. Reason why I ask is I don't get too many 96K builders. Like, most people send me 65s. Like, the biggest board I've built is a TKL, stuff like that. You missed your numpad and like compact boards. Ah, okay. Makes sense. So my wife works for a hospital. She does like insurance billing and stuff like that. So she requires a numpad as well. But her current keyboard usage is a 60% along with a separated numpad. Not actually sure how she would feel about a 96 key. Well, I do have one 96 key here, so who knows, maybe I'll have her try it. Let's see what she thinks. Croissant says, I love the look of 80% boards, but they what? They're so much more expensive than 75s. Yeah, you can see that. Your first mech was the Razer full-size board, then I went all the way down to 65 and now back up. Okay, I'll tell you this. For me personally, I quite enjoy 60s and 65s. Those are basically, in terms of full productivity, those are the two boards that I'm most comfortable using. Like, I feel like I'm completely fine putting stuff on layers. In fact, I prefer that. So 60 and 65 are my ideal. In terms of how a board looks, however, I think 75, TKL, and even 1800 look the best. So here, let me show you guys. Not sure if you can see it, but here, let's switch back to the larger screen. If you look at my back display here, can't really see too much, but I've got a TKL on top, that's my TGR Jane. Then I have an 1800 in the middle right there. That's a Dolch Pack 60, I think. I forget the exact name, but it's running a TKC 1800 PCB. So yeah, I just think that they look really good. Just not something I would use as much. I prefer having like a large desk space, you know? Large desk space, small keyboard. That's what I prefer. All right, down to the bottom row. All right. Actually, I've got 3 here that I can do first. Rata says, Merlin, thanks for helping me yesterday. I'm sorry because I helped quite a few people yesterday. I can't exactly remember what I helped you out on, but I'm glad that I helped you. And I'm glad that you came by to say thank you. You know? Not too many people do that these days. Andy rating with a party of 92. What the heck? Dude, thank you. Thank you for sending your people my way. How was your stream? So you started at, what, 11 today? Dang, that was a long stream. Oh, you're the layers not working. Ah, okay, yes, I made that specific QMK build for you. But yeah, Andy, welcome to you and your stream. Today I'm building another customer board. This is a Tofu 96 tray mount board, similar to the Tofu 60, but just larger. I'm almost done. I've soldered almost every switch except for the bottom row. So yeah, thanks guys for joining in. We're building this with creams today, and we'll be topping it with an NP profile key set. Andy said, I didn't know they made a Tofu 96. Me too, I did not know about this until I saw it, but here. If any of you are interested in purchasing a 96 keyboard for cheap, it's right there. Here, I'll go post it in link. In chat, I mean. 199 bucks. Basically, just a Tofu, but larger. So don't think this is gasket mount or anything fancy like that. But yeah, see? That's what it looks like. 199 bucks, does not include switches. Yeah, and it's a... Here, let me show you guys some of its features. USB-C right there, made by DZ Tech. It's got an Atmega 32U4 microcontroller. And get this guys. This is what really surprised me. Here, I'll show you guys. Show you guys. Do you see that little chip there? That little chip underneath the USB-C port? If you've been following along on my streams, you know what that is. That's an ESD protection chip. Yep. Tofu 96 with ESD protection chip right there. 199 bucks. 199 bucks gets you a somewhat full-size keyboard. USB-C, QMK. Not in VIA yet though, but this Tuesday I'll put this into VIA. Yeah, ESD protected 96 keyboard. Alright, so let's say, gotta put some keycaps on. Let me turn off all these fans. There we go. Ah, peace and quiet. Peace and quiet, and looks like... Okay. It's time to change my music again since it died. Let's see. I really like the guitar soundtrack. So let's see if I can find other ones. Acoustic guitar. Ooh, Summer Nights in Love. It's not quite summer yet, but... Oh, that's a really short playlist. Let's see, what's another one? Super Happy Acoustic. No, let's not do that. Hello Sunshine. Ukulele and acoustic guitar for a sunny summer day. Is it sunny? Is it sunny today? No, it's not sunny today. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. Let's do... Man. Let's find another playlist here that looks a little bit... Let's do Mellow Indie. This one looks nice and long. Sure. There we go, it's playing. Let's do this, let's do this. Just Game says, I will pay you 10 for that. For what? Andy says, I have to go now, have a good stream. Have a good stream too, Andy. Mo says, hi, how's the cat? The cat's doing good. She's taking a nap right now. Irata subscribed at tier 1. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Alright, what we're doing now is to put some keycaps on. Or keycaps on the bottom row. So this is what I do, right? Despite me building keyboards for a very long time, I cannot, for the life of me, populate the bottom row correctly. So today, or the way I do it, is I put keycaps on first, right? Let's see, customer wants 3 1.25s and 3 1Us. Okay, we can do that. Let's start off with the 3 1.25s. 3 1.25s. And let's see, is there a 1U here? This key set better have 1Us. Yes, they do. There we go. That should be the bottom row that I need. Okay. Ken's02 says hello. Hello to you too. Welcome to my customer build stream. Chris Kahn says, bro, do you think is it worth to pay $130 in a tray mount these days? It really depends, you know. Like, personally, I'm staying away from tray mounts just because I've got so many already. Ah. See, Just Gaming says, I'm gonna scare your keyboard with my rooting keyboard when it's finished. Love to see that happen. Here we go, got that. And then you want to buy Clippa? Clippa's probably one of the nicest tray mounts that I've seen. So yeah, not bad. This game says, how do you normally get rid of twing? By twing, do you mean ping? Ping is basically what happens with your spring. And I know that it rhymes. So you have to lube it. Lube your spring and dampen your plate. John Bro says, what was your first board which you felt was my end game? Wow. I think when I first rebuilt my poker with like a custom PCB, I thought that was end game, you know? Then over time, just like my notion, my concept of what end game is just changed. So lube the spring and dampen the plate, yep. Though, like I said, I'm not sure if lubing an optical switch will get in the way of its mechanics, you know? I'm definitely not the best person to like ask for that. There's no such thing as endgame. Yeah, I think endgame for me changes quite frequently. As soon as I get it, it's no longer endgame. Right? I feel like endgame is just the next keyboard that you want. Right? So as soon as you get it, it's no longer endgame. Because you already have it. Endgame's the last keyboard before you die. It's so grim. Alright, just to be absolutely sure, I'm gonna grab arrow keys as well. There we go. Arrow keys. Yeah, gonna make sure the entire bottom row is good. So I believe that's the arrow key right there. Up arrow, down arrow. It's more like game over. It's not end game, it's game over. There we go. Looking good. Alright, let's just test to make sure I got the right shift key there. Got the right shift? Yep, that is the correct shift. Just the right shift. So you see a couple of you following Crow Busonian and Chris Conson. Thanks guys. Thanks guys for your patronage. There we go. Alright, I am now confident to solder all of these switches. Just because I know they are in the correct positions. Yes, so Just Gaming, that is how an optical switch works. if you lube the spring, the lube on the spring could get in the way of that signal, which is my concern. Of course, I don't know too much about optics, or if the light can easily travel through lube like that. So yeah, that is my concern with lubing those springs.
Can you make it up here and set my mind at ease? I'm on top of the roof, you've been here before. I just wish you a lot, and I know that I got to let you know.
I think if you were to lube your spring, it'd probably be better to bag lube it using a very thin oil rather than using the same lube that you lube your switches with.
You wanted me for all these years. Let's just stay up here. Let's just stay up here.
Right. Yay, almost done soldering.
I'm spinning around, can't let you go. I have to fight, but you never know. How could someone like you be so alone? Give me a smile, I'll make it worthwhile and get you home. Somebody said you are the last one of a kind. If somebody
Right.
should bleed, it would be me 1,000 times. I didn't know you wanted me for all these years. Let's just stay up here. Let's just stay up here.
What do you guys think about this playlist right here? Just experimenting with different playlists these days. Trying to freshen up my sound. And I like acoustic guitar, so you know.
Let's just stay here. Let's just stay here.
Hopefully this sounds good. And I'm done soldering. All right, time to double check all of my joints, make sure I didn't miss any. So that's happened in the past. Also make sure all my joints are nice and conical. Nothing looks weird or anything. Make sure the entire pad is covered. Let's see. Do. Aha, I missed one. Yep. Missed one. Anything else? Ooh, it's a bit too hot there. Don't touch the solder after you've just soldered it. Alright, looks like we're good. Looks like we are good. Looks like we are good. Let's test the PCB, make sure everything works. See, let's go pull up via key tester again. Right. Alright, this is the true test to see if I got everything in or not. Key tester. What's this guy doing? That guy does not seem to be doing anything. He's probably like an FN key or sorts. Just to be sure though, let me double check. Just check what the key map says it is. The key map says that it is a, there, that's insert. Well, great, that's not even the right key map. Never mind. Okay. I suspect these are going to be print, scroll, and pause. I always have a hard time getting those to register. And we're good. Awesome. Okay. That's what I like to see. That is what I like to see. See, Drashna says, this is why I use the QMK toolbox and the console to print it out. Ah, okay. See, I actually don't know how to do that. Here we go. Let me clean up the PCB really quick. Yeah, I'm actually really surprised that this board has ESD protection. See if I wonder if I could use this to replace my Budget 96. We'll see, we'll see. Alright, it's in the noob guides for QMK Toolbox. Nice, I'll have to go through that. But do I have to have console mode enabled? Because I don't know what's on this right now. How fast do I shine a keycap set? Pretty slow actually, because I rotate quite frequently. I rotate super frequently. Like I think when I'm using all my GMK sets, I keep them on for maybe 2 to 3 weeks at most, and then I move on to either another keyboard or to another key set. Just Game says, can I have a key set? Well, these are my key sets, man. I just rotate through them because, you know, I like variety. It's kind of like, you know, when you change your clothes, right? Yeah. And like if I've used a key set, like if it's gone through two or three cycles, I tend to put them in my ultrasonic cleaner as well, just to clean them up. Alright, says, what am I doing? What I'm doing is I'm using isopropyl alcohol in a toothbrush to clean off all the residual flux that's on the PCB. Flux can corrode your joints over time. It's usually like the little brown things that you see around each of your joints. So by doing this, I clean a lot of that off and I prevent any future oxidization. Yeah, you can actually avoid having to do this by using no clean flux, but even with no clean flux, I still notice flux residue, right? So might as well just go about it this way. Easier for me. And plus, every time I do this, I get people asking. Drashna, because when you make your PCB sticky, what you're doing is you're breaking up all of the hard pieces of flux and spreading it around, which is why after this I still need to use Q-tips. Got shut down on the free keycaps and yeeted out of here. There we go. It's looking much cleaner. Hooray. What solvent do you use? I just use isopropyl alcohol. Anything 70% and over. What I'm using right now is actually 99%. I bought a whole bunch back when our pandemic hit, and I just have a bunch of them now. Like I used to stock like 70%, but I now have 99%. Donbro says, Merlin, can you stream keyboard group buys a bit earlier? No, I don't, because I usually eat dinner beforehand. Maybe at least an hour. Yeah, sorry, man. I do it based on my availability, because if I'm not available, it's just not gonna happen, you know? What is the long thing in the back of your shelf? That is the keyboard staff. You won't get to know what it is unless you execute the staff party. So the thing is, on a black PCB like this, the flux actually isn't as noticeable. So it's hard to see how much I'm actually cleaning off. So I'll probably just do a once through and just call it good. Sadly, you only have 320 points, yeah. Oh yeah, just gaming. Sorry, I don't allow people to post links in chat. Go ham on a keyboard with the toothbrush. What am I doing? I am cleaning off all of the residual flux that happens after a soldering job. I'm surprised that lots of people are actually asking me that question, because that tells me that not enough builders are doing this. Or builders just, a lot of the builders happen to know their solders to the very, very well and just use no clean. Though I do argue that even with no clean solder, you still have residual flux. So you still have to clean your board. So the fact that people are surprised about this process kind of worries me. Alright, I think I've broken up all of the hard pieces. How do I deal with the stickiness? So Pararch, here's the thing. The reason why it's sticky is because you've taken all of the hard pieces of flux and you've broken it down and spread it around your PCB. So what needs to happen next is you have to take a Q-tip or so to pick up the rest of those smaller pieces. So hold on, let me just grab the Q-tips really quick. Alright. See, Hub says, turned out to be one of my favorite PCBs. BM60 RGB. Yeah, I think that's one of the few PCBs in the market that have both underglow and in switch, I think. So I actually did a relatively good job with my soldering and reduced the amount of flux I was generating. So yeah, I've noticed just over time. I've just gotten better at it. Yeah, because the reason why you have all that excess flux is that you're either soldering at too high of a temperature or soldering too long. You know? Don Bro says, I think Instant 60 is a bit better. Does Instant 60 have both forms of underglow? I think it only had like single color in switch. How much of a difference in terms of oxidation would cleaning flux make? Here's the thing, right? It can happen, might not happen. You know, you just don't know. These are just precautions that I take, especially if it's a customer's PCB, you know? See, Hub says Instant 60 is not top RGB. That's what I thought. You have an Instant 60. My mic keeps turning. There we go. What am I doing with the alcohol? I am picking up all of the residual flux. Yeah. Yeah, I think I brushed off most of it, so we should be good. Did I just desolder this board? No, I just soldered the board. Doing my due diligence, making sure it's clean. Oh, did my music die already? Thank you. Yeah. Let's see. Yep, that was another short playlist. Let's see. What other ones can we do? Just Gaming, you don't have to all caps all your messages. Let's see. Ooh, let's do ukulele music. That should be interesting. Oh, this one's a longer playlist. Each song's about 2 to 3 minutes long. Let's try that one. Holly Nachos, do you see that it's not clean, or do you feel for the stickiness mentioned earlier? Okay, I think you weren't here during the early explanation. So, solder usually has flux in it, right? If you solder at a temperature that is too high, or you hold your soldering iron for too long, you will cause the flux to not flow out evenly, but quote-unquote explode out. So, as a result, you can get flux all around your PCB, and also flux mainly around each of your solder joints. The bad thing about that is that flux can potentially oxidize your joints. You know, it's not 100% sure that it will happen, but it can happen. You know, kind of like you can get into a car accident, right? So as an added precaution, I use a toothbrush and isopropyl alcohol to clean off all that flux. see. T Brown says, are you using Epidemic Music for your music service? Yes, I am. I think I've been using it for the last 2 years at this point. I think it's 25 bucks a month. There we go. Sounds like a 5-minute craft video. Yeah, I can build a board in 5 minutes. I wish. It'd have to be like a 1-key board. All right. Let's see. We should be ready to put this in its case. Let's see, I'll have to take off this cap so I can access the screw holes correctly. Where else are there screw holes here? Nope, I think that's it. Those are the screw holes that I need. Howling Nacho says, thanks for the explanation, no problem. PK Bean subscribed with Prime, thank you very much. Thank you for your patronage. Let's see, let's put the board together. Let's put the board together. Here we go. Here we go. That is the Tofu 96 tray mount case. Just grab a screwdriver here. PK Bean says, just found your YouTube yesterday. Seen you on Discord. I dig your stuff, broski. Thank you. Thank you very much. You can't stand the music, it reminds you of those life hack videos. This is it's called Inspirational Ukulele. I've been going through like an acoustic phase here. So we'll see what the next track brings. Trying out different things. Yeah, my usual playlist is more jazzy, more hip-hoppy. Those Facebook videos. I could post this as a Facebook video. Alright, let's see. Okay, with tray mount builds, I actually like to put a little bit of foam in it. So let me grab something here. There we go. We are going to put some foam on. Alright. So that is not the piece that I'm putting on. I'm going to put in a bigger piece here. You have to endure it for Merlin. Oh yeah, I guess people like the guitar one better than the ukulele one. Here, let's just do the guitar one again. Personally, I like the guitar one better too. Let's do the guitar one. You're gonna put 1 centimeter thick foam in yours. Nice. Let me know how that goes. So keep in mind, a lot of these things like putting foam in, putting lube in, all of these things are mods to bring a board up, like just to make it a little better. If you do these mods to like a bad board, it's still going to be a bad board, right? So just keep that in mind whenever you guys do your mods. Like I feel like I've seen a couple questions in the past. People ask me, "Oh, Merlin, I've got this board that I bought for 20 bucks on Amazon. Can I make it sound really good? Can I make it sound as good as your board by putting foam in it and by lubing the switches?" And I'm like, you can possibly make it sound like a $30 board. You know? Like, it will sound better, it will feel better, but if you're modding it just to see if you can get it as good as a much better board, you're probably gonna have wasted effort there. Droshna says, polished shit is still shit. Yeah, yeah. It's a correct sentiment. There we go. A little bit shorter than intended, but here, it's fine. Okay, let's see. It's gonna be hard to put all the holes in here. You know what? Let's do it this way. Actually, Kens, that is a very weird hobby that you found. How thick is my foam? My foam is 3 millimeters thick. Doesn't look like foam. Well, it's toolbox liner foam. So you're probably thinking of foam that's like, that goes in your car or something. Or like the kind of foam that goes into your mattress. But this is the foam that's used in toolbox liners. So it's kind of like, I guess it's more of a liner than a foam. we go. There we go. Looks good. See, would you put that in the case with another layer of normal foam? It would depend, because I've noticed sometimes if you put too much foam in it, then your PCB starts to curve. See, says that, is this an idea you're experimenting with? No, I'm not experimenting with this. I know for a fact that putting foam in a tray mount board will improve its sound. Wait, is this an 1800 case? No, this is the Tofu 96. 199 bucks on KBDFans, USB-C, QMK support, and ESD protection. But despite all that, their screws are still not magnetic. Name of the set, customer did not specify, but it's an NP profile. Do I like the boop on KBD? Yeah, seems like a fine board. Probably won't buy it though. And of course, that screw gets stuck. There it is. And soon to be VIA support, yes. This Tuesday, this board will have VIA support. And QMK support will hopefully be more understandable as well. Man, these screws are not having fun here. Is there any other board you suggest? By other board, are you talking about the boop? Or, sorry, a lot of people talking right now. Man. That screw's not having fun. Okay. This size, like the Tofu 96. Not that I know of on KBDFans, to be honest. Just Game says, and how much time do you have to re-lube? How much time do I have to re-lube? What do you mean? I didn't lube this board. Does lube stay forever? No, it does not. But it stays for decades. Of course, you have to use the correct lube. For example, if you lube your switches with oil, that's just gonna slide down your stem and pool at the bottom. So in that case, you do not want. That's not the type of lube that you want. Do you have to leave it out of the sunlight and keep it sealed? Yeah, I think so. You're storing lube for a long time, like, I think there are certain storage requirements. But if you're talking about like lube on your keyboard, Sure, I guess if you leave your keyboard out in the sun all day, then you'd have cause for concern. But my keyboards usually stay indoors. Like, I hardly ever take boards out unless it's for like a meetup. A meetup, or you know, I'm selling it, stuff like that. There are a big difference in lube quality. I'm not knowledgeable enough about the different lube manufacturing processes, but I think the Krytox that most of the community gets is from Chemox. I'm not sure how to pronounce their name. But usually as long as you get something from them, you should be fine. Or like a vendor will buy through them. You ordered some Chinese lube. Good luck. So if it's like 205G0 or anything like that, you should be fine. I don't think it's that big of a deal. I think there is a screw right there. There we go. There we go. Go put keycaps on it now. Seaside says, if you have a magnet, scratch the surface of it with the screwdriver to hold the screw. Oh, it's done already. One, two, three, four. What's my all-time favorite board that I own? I don't think I have a favorite board per se. It's more like I have a group of boards that I really like. I think my current favorites are probably my Iron 165. Iron 165, my Southpaw 75, and what's the other one? I think it's a toss-up between. I'd say the Skog Reboot, actually. Skog Reboot was pleasantly delightful. True Sparky the Kid says, yeah, I agree, the build is coming out very well. Is 32 grams of lube enough for TKL? I think we measure it more by the milliliter here. I'd say 3 milliliters is good for about 270 switches. You love the brass plate, nice. What key set is this? This is the NP profile from KBDFans. I don't know the exact name on it. This is just what the customer sent me. It's basically got Japanese sub-legends and Mac legends as well. So you've got the command key right there, the command icon. Yeah, I had another customer send me this exact same kit for KBD 75. Looks like NP 2048. Yeah, it could be that. Let's see, I need a 0 and a dot. Where's that 0 key? Here we go, 0 and a dot. Num lock, divide, multiplication, and subtract. Let's see. Let's do yeah, well, Lil Sparky, I'll just have you decide what you want on this. Lil Bonaparte is gifting one tier 1 sub. Thank you so much. And it went to Raspberry. Raspberry, congratulations. If you get a chance, make sure you tell Lil Bonaparte thank you. There we go. Here it is. Here it is. Tofu 96. With creams. There we go. Let's go do a quick typing test. Quick typing test. Looks amazing, yeah. Looks pretty good. Now that I know that it's got ESD protection, I kind of want one myself. Kind of want one myself. We'll see. Let's see, let's pause the music. Let's do a quick typing test. Typing test. Let's do... There we go. Those creams are nice, says PK Bean. Creams are actually not my favorite sound profile. Like they do sound good, but I kind of gravitate more towards Gateron Black inks. So here, let me adjust the mic a little bit. Silly World says, sup Merlin. Hello, hello, hello. Right. Let's see. Let's adjust it a little bit better. Come on. Come on, you mic. And then let's adjust it this way. There we go. There we go. It's out of frame, but yet it's still pointing at the keyboard. Let's do this. Here goes. $139, accuracy of 89%. And Bessa says, that's a big tofu. You are correct. It is a Tofu 96. Here, let's try that again. Oh, it's weird. I like the NP profile, except it still has that same issue that I have with high profile in general, is that I feel like there's a lot of wobble on it. Since when did KBDFans release a Tofu 96? Good question, right? Good question. I just found out about this too. But look, see? $199 and get this. Get this. It's got ESD protection. ESD protection. So if you're looking for a fairly robust PCB, this might be it. Anyway, let's get back to doing that sound test. Couple more sound tests here. $133. Accuracy is slightly better that time, but still around the 133 words per minute. Could I show the side profile? It's all uniform. It's all uniform. It's Red TV said, wow, I never knew. Very long keyboard. Well, in general, a lot of people who come into the community are coming from like full-size keyboards. So I think this is one way to like grab those people. Also does not sound hollow, which is surprising. I do have foam in it, so yeah, that might be helping out. Actually, I know that it's helping out. Droshna says too many keys. Oh boy, you and your ortholinear nonsense. Or I guess what? You're a split keyboard user, aren't you? There we go. A little bit faster, a little bit more accurate. Split ergo, there we go, yeah. That's the correct term, split ergo user. Yeah. You know, I think I would love if KBDFans sold a variant of this PCB, but with the numpad here on the left. That would be cool. That would be really cool. Let's see, I do have another 96 key. I wonder if it would fit in that. Alright, one last typing sounds test. So Southpaw version? Yeah, Southpaw version. I really like Southpaw boards. Just because I like turning this entire numpad area into like a 1U matrix. Here we go. One last typing test. I'm gonna try and go for 100% accuracy. How about that? So that means if you like to get 100%, I need to type at just 100 words. Here it goes. Ah, I just screwed up. Try again, try again, try again. Whew, there we go. 100%, 121 words per minute. There we go. See, it's Red TV says, do you know the difference between short and long springs? I forget the exact difference, but I think it's noted on their website. One is progressive, one is yeah, I forget the correct terms there, but I think the normal spring is the short one. I think that's the normal spring. All right. So we configure that up. There we go. Okay. Anyway, like I said, this is the first 96 key, or the first Tofu 96 that I've built on stream. So far, some pretty good impressions. Like, I've got my own Tofu build. So it definitely looks like a regular Tofu 60. It's even got that same kind of USB-C cutout. Oh look, there are feet that I have to attach. Let's see, let's go attach those rubber feet. Rubber feet. Now once you attach the rubber feet, it will sound like a key cult. And as you guys can see, Tofu 96 is just as much a fingerprint magnet as the Tofu 60 was. TKC extended portico again? Yeah. Alright. What are your thoughts on ergo clears? I was a long-time ergo clears user in my quest for tactility, but something about them was still very disappointing to me, so that's what made me jump from ergo clears to SKCM Orange. And I used SKCM Orange for a very long time until Zeal started manufacturing switches. And then I switched back to Cherry MX during those days. So ergo clears are probably the most tactile you can get out of any Cherry switch, in my opinion. But if you want something, if it's still not more as tactile to you, you'll have to look elsewhere. Like I think right now, the most popular tactile switch right now is either Holy Panda on the high end, or what's it called? Those boba switches, U4 bobas. idiot exception says Alps Brown. Yeah, I used Alps Brown for a while as well. Just that they were a bit too harsh for me, you know? Like, they felt good in like short bursts, but if you were like typing for an entire day, which I was back then, it just started hurting. So I switched from brown to orange. Durock T1s. Yeah, Durock T1s are like Zeal switches. All right. Anyway, let's see. It's 4:24. We've been at this for the last 3 hours. I think we're good at this point. Normally, whenever I build a board for a customer, I hold on to it for another week just to make sure everything is as intended. But this time, I might hold on to it just a little bit longer, because this coming Tuesday I'll be taking this guy and putting him into VIA. I'll also be organizing the directory structure, because from what I've been told, the QMK firmware for the Tofu 96, okay, get this. The name of the board is the Tofu 96. The name of the PCB is the DZ96, but yet the firmware is under Espectro. And the board's not in VIA yet, so I'll have to think of some kind of scheme to make it more understandable to everyone else who buys this board. Anyway, if you're interested to know on how to do any of that, join in on my Tuesday streams. Josh says, good God. Yeah. Yeah. Join in on my Tuesday streams. I will show you how to get a board into QMK. Some cases, because some cases it's already in QMK, but I will definitely show you guys how to get this board into VIA. So you can take any board in QMK, well, most boards in QMK, and put them in VIA yourself. All right, guys, let's see. I've been told to raid people. Let's see. Who is there to raid today? Let's see. Oh, plug the board in first before you type. Josh says, that's not confusing at all. I agree. That's not oh, what's going on? Board's not typing anymore. What's going on there? Oh my gosh. Hold on. I think I might have found something interesting. Okay. For some reason, you have to plug your cable in the correct way. So let's say, so I have to turn it back around. So it only goes in on one way, which is so weird. What the heck? What the heck? See, this way it types. This way it does not. Okay. Interesting. And it wasn't just with this cable. It was with the customer provided cable as well. Huh. Interesting. I thought that was a design that we had gotten past already, but I guess not. All right. Oof. Okay. Well, enough ranting. Let's see. Let's get on Twitch and see who we can raid today. Let's see, out of all the people that I follow, who's here? Okay, there's no one that I follow who's streaming. Okay, that's not fun. Anyone have any suggestions on who I should raid? Oh, wait. Epsilon is on. Okay, Epsilon is on. Let's do that. Let's raid Epsilon keyboards. Let's do that. There we go. Raiding Epsilon keyboards. And yeah. Thanks guys for joining in. Hopefully I'll catch you on Tuesday while I continue the build of this board by moving it into VIA. So here we go. Let's see. I clicked the raid button. What's happening? What's happening? And start raid. I got 3, 2, 1. All right, thanks guys. Catch you next time. Ciao.